I've got a project that I think is going to prove interesting. This is an S90 tail light. I've cleaned it up the best I can, but it's heavily pitted. It's got some deep rust. It may look better on film than it is in person, but the chrome held up really well on the bike, but it's clear that water stood on this at various times. Anyway, I'm not interested in using a part that's got this much pitting, so I ordered one from Thailand. It was only like 15 bucks, but it's rather a joke. It's like tin, it's chromed, and the lens looks pseudo correct. It's not, but there's no reflector inside. You can see this guy's got a nice big built-in reflector. It's just a totally different quality of part. You know, externally, worst case scenario, yes, I could use this. Would anybody notice? Probably not. It's just kind of a different step here. So, you know, I've got this for a reserve if I trash this one. But my plan here, I obviously don't have access to chroming in my garage here, and I'm not mailing it away for what hexavalent chromium costs today. So my plan is to sandblast this and then dip it in some muriatic acid to get rid of all the chrome that I can, and then I'm going to zinc plate it, polish it, and blue chromate it, and that should give me a really nice polished look. It won't look exactly like chrome, but it'll look a lot better than it does now, and I doubt anyone would notice the difference unless they got up really close to it. So in order to do that, I need to remove this reflector, which has actually got some really nice supple rubber left inside here. It's in really good shape inside. Amazing how well some of these parts held up. So I'm going to have to desolder. I've got a riveted on little ground bonding strap here. I'm going to have to desolder that. And then if I am able to bend up this edge, I should be able to pull this cap off and pull this whole reflector assembly out. And then, and again, the seal's in excellent shape too. And if I get it all the way apart, I'll be able to do what I aim to do with it. And then I've got some thin, high durometer rubber. I can cut a new gasket out for mating it against the bike. But anyway, it should be a pretty interesting project. I haven't done any zinc pieces this big that I've tried to polish like this. So we'll see how it turns out. Let's get started. And there we are. That wasn't too bad. Wish that chrome on the outside looked as good as it does on the inside. But we're going to clean up all this rubber off of here, and then unfortunately we'll have to drill out that bond strap and rivet that back on later because we don't really want to zinc plate it, although I suppose we could. Alright, we've got all the rubber and stuff removed from this. I'm going to glass bead blast it now and see how much of this chrome I can get off and see what it looks like. I don't have a good camera angle for glass bead blasting to video, so I'll be right back. It's been a bit of time off on the taillight project, but I have sprayed the inside of this with a 1K clear coat, good quality clear coat, and that is supposed to keep zinc from depositing itself onto the whole inside when we do the plating process, because I don't want to coat any of this or polish any of that. All that chrome's in good shape, and I also don't want to try to strip inside there. Since I'm not chemically stripping this chrome, I don't have the means or the will. So we'll see if that works. We'll be testing that, and I'm going to go ahead and continue trying to get down. You can see I'm already starting to get into the copper underneath there, and we're just going to keep cleaning. I'm going to do a little wire wheel work. So I've got the tail light in the bath right now. So this is a simple zinc plating solution. It's water, Epsom salt, sugar, and I think Caro syrup. You can look up recipes online. There's all kinds of different stuff out there you can make from crap under your sink. I'm not going to go into the plating solution unless people have questions and want to, but that's that. And then you've got a couple of zinc plates, which you can order zinc online. You can get roof flashing, and then just a power supply. You can do something as simple as an old couple amp USB plug and cut the wires off and put the negative on your part. Anyway, I'm not going to go into the plating so much. I'm going to let this go for about 15 minutes, and we should get a dull gray coating of zinc on there. I was not able to get all the chrome off of it, and ideally you wouldn't want to plate over the chrome, so I'm really just experimenting here to see what it looks like. I certainly scuffed up the chrome, and it should be a good surface. I don't truly see what the difference is in aside from the chrome being a harder surface, and maybe it won't adhere as well. We're going to find out. So we're going to get the first coat of zinc on there, and we're going to polish it, see what it looks like, and probably do a couple different coats, and if we get it looking good, then we'll dip it in blue chromate, which is the conversion coating, and then polish it again. And if it looks good, we may clear coat it or we may not. I'm just going to see what happens. So it's totally different from any normal process I do on a chrome part. It's just I couldn't source one that was in better shape than mine, and I was able to sand out the pitting. So I'm just doing a little test here and taking you along for the ride. I've got a little pump going inside there to agitate the solution as well. You can see the tiny bubbles coming off of there as the zinc is depositing onto the part. It's been going for about 10 minutes and it's already got a kind of a dull gray color. Again, I'm going to give it a few more minutes and then we'll polish it and see what we're dealing with. Alright, it's been about 15 minutes, so we're going to kill this. Take a look at our part. You can see it's got a real dull gray appearance from all the zinc. There are a lot of ways you could polish this. I'm going to use 4/0 steel wool, and we're just going to see what kind of a finish we get. I'm no plating expert, but I have read that the better surface you start with, the better it's going to come out if you're looking to get a shiny appearance. And this is actually looking really nice. I don't know how well that's going to come out on the film here. But we'll give this a polish and then we're going to dunk it back in there again. I want a good coating of zinc. Once we do this and then do the conversion coating, it's going to have a really nice color. The conversion to blue chromate gives it a little bit, just a little bit of a blue hue. If you've seen zinc that's got kind of a blue tint to it. This really looks nice. Compared to what it looked like, if you remember at the beginning, I could have spent a lot more time sanding, grinding on this and trying to make it look nicer, but it's a tail light, and as you're approaching this is going to look lovely. This will be, I think this will look just like factory and nobody'd ever know the difference. And it beats the hell out of the piece of junk repro I ordered. It's terrible. It's like tinfoil. I'd say it looks pretty incredible. We're going to dunk this guy back in and give it a few more minutes. If you remember at the beginning, we put a 2K clear coat on the back to prevent the zinc from depositing, and that seems to have worked beautifully because the chrome on the inside was in excellent shape. Alright, so second coat of the zinc, so we're back to the kind of chalky gray. You can see a couple of the fine sanding lines where I ground into this, but overall I think this looks fantastic. It looks 10 times better than it did rusted when we started. So the more time you put into this here, the smoother you could get the metal, and I feel like you could really get this back to a perfectly chromed appearance if you were willing to put the time in. I think it looks great, though. I'm going to clean this up, get some of my fingerprints off of here, and then we're going to dip it in the blue chromate and call it a day. So for the blue chromate, we're going to dip it in there for about 15-20 seconds. You get a different finish based on how long you leave it in there. And then we're going straight to a fresh water rinse after that to stop the conversion process. And then we're going to hang it up. You're supposed to hang it up and not touch it for 24 hours after that. So that's that. We will hang this guy up and let it dry. I'm going to buff it out again, and we'll see what we end up with. Well, after hanging and drying from the blue chromate for 24 hours, this is the result. I've done a really light polish on this with a rag in my hand and the 3M Finesse It. You can use any polishing or rubbing compound, but I think the results are just fantastic. It's got some fine scratches again where I did not take my time and wet sand it down as much as I could have to get it smooth, but compared to what it looked like at the beginning, this is pretty incredible. There's some dark spots. If you're doing zinc plating and you get dark spots, it's usually where it's thin, and those will show up after you do the blue chromate. It kind of like burns through a little bit, but anyway, this is all that's visible on mine, and I couldn't be more pleased with the way that looks. See how well it comes through on the camera, but I wasn't able to source one of these on eBay, and all the ones I did find around were just rusted worse than mine, so a few minutes of work with just a tiny bit of polishing compound. You can get rid of that haze and do as much work as you want to on it. I don't honestly think I need to do any on here. It looks just great. But I hope this video helps for anybody that's considering doing something similar, or if you're doing even normal parts like axles and things that you don't need to polish much. The zinc plating is a really neat tool to have in your arsenal of things you can work with. You can really bring back the hardware, and it seems time consuming, and it is, but it's not. It's really not that bad. And if you're not looking to get a mirror finish like this, I mean, it's a very quick process for restoring your hardware. But y'all have a good one. I'll post a picture of this when I get it reassembled, the whole taillight assembly, so you can see it together, and that'll be the end. Well, this is the finished product. I've got to solder this ground lead back on and put a bulb in it and stuff, but to give you an idea of the finish, again, I think it turned out great. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments. I'm going to make a little rubber, there was a rubber gasket that goes in between here and the tail light mount, so I've got some thin high diameter black plastic I'll just cut out. I think I kept the scrap of the piece that I took off here to use as a template, but otherwise I went just inside this groove there. That's it.